D2 students and soon-to-be SIS alumni and graduates. On behalf of our governing council, the faculty, and the administrative team, I'd like to bid you a warm welcome to your graduation video. My name is Mr. Brumsicle, and I'm privileged to serve you as head of school here at Stonehill International School. I enjoyed immensely getting to know our D2 seniors this year, whether it was hanging out in the courtyard or on the football pitch or even scarfing down food in the cafeteria, or greeting you even in the morning. Your class was exceptional in the accomplishments, and a very social class, I might add. A talented class not only in academics, but in the arts such as music, voice, theater, but also in athletics such as football, badminton, volleyball, basketball, and even community service. Your class exemplified great energy this year. Sure, it was unfortunate that your year was cut short, but there were lessons in that as well. This time has taught you and all of us to be really reflective, resourceful, find resolve, to be resilient, and overall patient. You will experience many challenges and even crises as you move forward in your life. One of my great passions in life is fly fishing, and I particularly like to fly fish in the mountain streams in the Pacific Northwest. In Oregon, Washington, mountain streams have currents and rapids that are turbulent, fast-moving, forceful, and even wild. Life is similar as you have experienced this year. You will face turbulence many times in your life. All rapids, white water have a resting place and an end. And take the quiet time during this time to really gather yourself in the quiet waters, to reset goals and make a plan, even a backup plan. Restructure your life and retie those flies. And go forward with your passion, confidence that you will fulfill your dreams and make a difference in this world. It is a journey, but how you navigate your journey will certainly decide your destiny. At SIS, we work very hard to ensure that our graduates are provided with the tools necessary that allow you to be a lifelong learner. Learners who can live their lives competently, confidently, and with character in a world that is constantly evolving. Be creators of your own narrative. Use the tools you have learned in the IB, and you'll be just fine. Take this time to thank your parents, teachers, IB coordinators, principal, administrative assistant, your counselor, and boarding parents who have brought you to this capstone for which you have much to be grateful for. Be at peace, and as alumni, please keep in touch. We love to hear and be in contact with our alumni. We are incredibly proud of each and every one of our D2 students. Be well, be strong, and go forth. Go Tigers.
Hello students, parents and teachers of the class of 2020. Education is about creating memories, and Stonehill, as I'm sure you've realized, is a terrific place for making these memories. The kind of memories that will stay with you and remind you of the values of internationalism, community, respect, open-mindedness and friendship. I wish I'd been here longer to share the journey that you've all been on over the past years in Bangalore, but even in these 8 months, I've received enough impressions to place the class of 2020 firmly in my memory bank. It always mildly amused me that after watching Madame Viard frantically ushering all of the students into their classrooms to begin period 5 by 1 o'clock, I could walk through the passage towards the sports field, only to see a herd of burgundy uniforms sauntering back from the cafeteria, chatting along the way, greeting me in a friendly way as if everything was fine, but not exhibiting any urgency whatsoever. I thought it was very clever how the D1s were made to feel unbearably guilty about their contributions to the behavior that resulted in a few restrictions to the use of the common room. A few of them came to me with a letter explaining how they'd let down the D2s and that the D2s didn't deserve to lose their privileges, as if all the D2s were all saints and angels, quietly getting on with their work every time they were in there. One or some of you certainly played a magnificent guilt trip on your younger colleagues. I'll remember the boarding Christmas party with DeWitt dressed up as Father Christmas, a role that he seemed surprisingly well suited for. I'll remember Venkat introducing himself to me on day 1, telling me that I'd probably be hearing a lot about him. I'll remember Franz, Oscar and JP feeling confident enough to completely disregard my weekly request for them not to kick the football around outside my office. I'll remember Clara's tirade about how unfair the no visiting other students' rooms policy in the hotel in Phuket was. And I'll remember how the visual arts students chatted with me every Friday afternoon and pretended that they'd actually made some progress with their pieces since the week before. Now, I've been making graduation speeches for many years now, and this one, with my eldest daughter graduating, was always going to be a little different. Obviously, a video recording can never recreate the excitement that a traditional graduation ceremony generates for everybody, but I hope this can at least provide some memories of your time at Stonehill. I don't like giving life advice to graduates. It makes me feel old, and I don't have the evidence to prove that any of my decisions will guarantee that good things will happen in other people's lives. You'll all figure it out along the way, just as we have. Don't forget that a graduation is also a very important event for 2 other groups of people, parents and teachers. To the parents of the class of 2020, I'd like to say thank you for putting your trust in us and for all the support you've given Stonehill over the years. And to the teachers, I'd like to point out that I've been so impressed with the dedication and professionalism that you've shown every day. The students at Stonehill are lucky to have had the chance to work with you. So good luck to everybody for the summer and beyond. We don't know what life will bring us in these uncertain times, so please keep in touch and let's all enjoy the ride together.
You say there's so much you don't know. You need to go and find yourself. You say you'd rather be alone, 'cause you think you won't find it tied to someone else. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. I don't think you have to leave if the change is what you need. You can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the load. You can nap and I can float, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. You won't be the only one. I am unfinished, I've got so much left to learn. I don't know how this river runs, but I'd like the company through every twist and turn. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. You don't ever have to leave. If the change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we grow as we go. Grow as we go.
Today, I stand here with a lot of pride, proud of being a mentor to such an ambitious batch, privileged to be a part of their high school journey. Well, it's time to bid farewell to a class that personified IB philosophy in its true sense, a class filled with visionaries, innovators, and world leaders to be. From participating in ISACI, MUN, Stonehill Got Soul, Winter Concert, to organizing the Science Bowl, Hackathon and running clubs, you sure made your mark and left strong legacies for us. And then there was this lot which ensured that the batch maintained a balance by keeping everyone grooving to their dance tunes or mixed music. Any new idea or initiative was welcomed with enthusiasm, be it the student-led conference or the TOK camp. I was amazed to see you running across high ropes, showcasing your leadership competencies and adventure sparks during the leadership camp. This is real Stonehill, the attitude, the character and the resilience that every member of the class of 2020 has shown. This class will surely be remembered for all the academicians who have been silently working out strategies to beat all IB records. This was a batch where we had exemplary students who were passionate about their studies and not shying away to share their learning through peer tutoring. As I talk about all their achievements, we teachers can definitely not forget the naughty ones who love to have us all chasing them with submissions and deadlines. From warnings and scoldings to detentions, from phone calls to emails, from monitoring to follow-ups, we teachers have tried it all. It was all for a good cause, and we will surely miss it all. This was a batch who were fearless to speak up their mind in a very diplomatic way. Be it the subtle fight to get the cozy common room all to themselves or the benches outside the cafeteria, you managed to fight for your rights and still be good role models. My dear class of 2020, today is a landmark day in your lives. The world of opportunities lies before you. However, along with ample opportunities comes the challenge of making responsible and informed choices and decisions. All I would say is, reach for the stars and don't quit in the face of adversity. You are our Stonehill Tigers, prepared to face all challenges. Thank you and God bless.
Elle m'observe dire, soucieuse, troublée, ma mère, comme si elle le sentait. En fait, elle se doutait, entendait.
J'ai dit que j'étais bien, tout à fait l'air servant. Elle a fait comme de rien, et mon père démuni a souri.
Ne pas se retourner, s'éloigner un peu plus. Mes chers parents, je parle. Je vous aime et je parle. Vous m'emmènez dans vos ce soir. Je ne m'enfuis pas, je vole. Comprenez bien, je vole. Sans fumée, sans alcool. Je vole. Je me demande sur ma route si mes parents se doutent que mes larmes en couleur, mes promesses et l'envie d'avancer.
Seulement crois en ma vie, tout ce qui m'est promis. Pourquoi, où et comment, dans ce train qui s'éloigne, chaque instant.
C'est bizarre cette cage qui me bloque la poitrine. Je peux plus respirer, ça m'empêche de chanter.
Mes chers parents, je parle. Je vous aime et je parle. Vous n'aurez plus d'enfants ce soir. Je n'enfuis pas, je vole. Comprenez bien, je vole. Sans fumée, sans alcool. Je vole. Je vole.
A warm welcome to all the parents, teachers, staff and families and friends, and of course the outstanding class of 2020. I'm sure all of us would have loved to meet each other in person. Unfortunately, the times are such that we can't, and I feel so grateful that I can actually see you virtually and interact with you. It's such a proud moment for me to see all of you succeed and go outside, and despite of all these new challenges, face furthermore challenges outside in the world. And I know that as much as all of you would have loved in the second semester to be around, be with your friends and interact in the school, carry on with all the jokes you do, spend some time in the cafeteria, and a lot of things the school wanted to do with you as far as the graduation class. A lot of the things all the graduation classes have been through, and I'm really sorry that all of you had been deprived of this, but also at the same time I'm proud of you. I hear all of you been connecting well with the school, working well and with the social distancing and staying away from all your friends. And I think that probably this has made you reflect a lot on yourself, teach you a lot about what can happen in the world. And of course, the main thing which not only will you miss, but I'm also going to miss this time is all of you being at my home, which is a tradition to have the graduation class in my house and to entertain all of you. And so don't worry, I know that you're missing this out, but feel free whenever you're back here, or the ones you live in India, you want to visit me at home and have a good time with me at my place, you're always welcome. I know that there has been a lot of exciting aspects of school which couldn't have been done to you from home, and I think that this is something, hope you guys have caught up on Zoom and other such social media where you can interact with each other. What actually has happened is that I've been at home for like 7 weeks, and there's a lot to learn from this pandemic. I think that it's a lot of time we need to take out with each other to realize that what family means, and what quality time you need to spend with family and not just have family with you. It also gives you a lot of time to care about the world around you. We play around with the environment. We do so many different things which damage the environment, whether it's the rivers, it's the land. But this time actually gives us to reflect that we need to value all these things which are there with us. And frankly, like I've spent a lot of quality time with my kids, and I don't think this would ever happen if this pandemic never happened. Not that I want this pandemic to happen very often, but I think lots of things which you know that you need to now worry about and look at things in an innovative fashion. What you do in your life as you grow up and out in the world, but look at it in a more global context, because at some time all of a sudden there are all these different countries, but now suddenly the whole world looks like one global place, like one big country, and we look like all one citizens of the earth, and I think that this is going to change a lot of way of working, and when you are out in the world over there, going to have a lot of new opportunities, and of course this is an experience which is for you to recall with your kids, your grandkids, and I think that there's a lot of learning. So I would also look at it in a positive way, that most of you have experienced something which very few generations would experience in such this manner, and it was initially started with a scare of wiping away humanity or something like this would happen. People looked at it, but now slowly people are learning that if we just maintain certain manners of dealing with each other, we will make the world a better place. Also, one thing is that being a businessman, I think that this is something which is very important, that something like this could happen again, because the world has got so many innovations. The world has been through so much technology upgradation, but we still couldn't fight this virus, and it caught us unaware. So, and also these times being locked down like this, I think that all of us must have some savings with us, and which is all suddenly that having lots of money doesn't mean much, but having some money means a lot. And I think that's the important learning from this pandemic. And I think as you guys go out in the world and earn money and build families, I think you need to keep something in back of the mind as a savings, which this incident could happen again. It could happen probably 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line, but at least now you're aware that you've experienced it, that this can happen. So I think that you must build in a security system for this. So all of you, welcome after your graduation, and whenever you have the time and you want to come back to embassy, do an internship with us. Maybe, who knows, you want to work for me, and it's a fun place to be as far as the company is concerned, and I have my younger generation, my younger kids looking after the business. So you're most welcome, and just go out there, make the world a better place. Don't do things what your ancestors did. Don't do things what me and my generation also did, and this is what you learned from the pandemic. Do all the things which needs the world to be a wonderful place for all of you to be there and have a wonderful future. And congratulations, class 2020.
It's alright with me, as long as you are by my side. Talk or just say nothing, I don't mind. Your looks never lie. I was always on the run, finding out what I was looking for, and I was always insecure. Just until I found words often don't come easy. I never learned to show the inside of me. Oh no, my baby, you were always patient, dragging out what I tried to hide. I was always on the run, fighting out what I was looking for, and I was always insecure until I found you. You were always on my mind. You're the one I'm living for. You're my everlasting fight. Oh, 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 shining star. Night's always a good friend, a glass of wine and the lights down low. You lying beside me, full of love and filled with hope. You were always on my mind. You're the one I'm living for. You're my everlasting fire. You're my always shining star. Always on my mind. You're the one I'm living for. You're my everlasting fire. Oh, 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 you're my always shining star. You're my always shining star. You're my always shining star. You're my always shining star.
Stonehill graduating class of 2020. We finally did it. I know for a lot of us this hasn't quite registered yet, but we have finally graduated high school after 4 long years. Although I would rather be doing this in person, I am so honored to be able to speak to you during these unprecedented times. Firstly, I would like to thank the teachers, administrative staff, and everyone else behind the scenes that have helped us throughout the past 2 years, and especially during the past few months. Our teachers encouraged us to pursue our passions and wrote outstanding letters of recommendation for us. I know that I will be forever grateful for the advice given to me and the skills that I have developed from our wonderful teachers here at Stonehill. I think we would be here all day if I talked about the impact that each teacher had on me. However, I don't have that much time, and now more than ever it is a perfect time to reflect on the wonderful experiences that Stonehill has given us. 20 years from now, we won't remember that one hard math test or the mock exams that we all should have studied a little bit harder for. We'll remember the small things that made the IB journey a little bit more bearable, such as the DP Leadership Camp, where we enjoyed team building activities and got to see musical performances from both students and teachers. We also had Isaki, and although it hurts to admit that we may have come last place a few times, I still had a lot of fun both during the music and sports Isaki. And finally, all the ASAs where we were able to explore interests outside of the classroom.
Thanks to Mr. Srini's ASA, I found my love for photography, which I will carry with me forever. As we all know, we are about to embark on a new chapter in our lives. I hope all of you keep in touch with teachers and friends alike, because I know for me, Stonehill will always have a special place in my heart. I hope that in the near future we can all meet again and share memories, both past and future, and maybe even plan that postponed graduate. Whatever you choose to do after graduating, I wish you all the best of luck. Laugh, smile, enjoy the next few years of your life. Don't be scared to try new things and discover your passion. No matter what you choose to do in life, be sure to make it something you enjoy. From the dancers to the musicians, to the athletes and the academic scholars, I know all of you will go on to do great things. Thank you for an amazing 2 years.